Okay, you've done your research and you're ready to start a market garden. It's something you've thought about for a long time. You're tired of the corporate rat race, maybe the same old job you've been going to for years, and you think, I want to be farming or I want to be market gardening specifically. Let me say up front, it's going to be one of the most physical, difficult things you've ever done in the beginning. Setting up the farm, getting everything ready, specifically a market garden, because in the beginning, to make any profit at all, you're going to have to wear all the hats. The planting, the seeding, putting out compost, composting, watering, the list goes on and on. Not to mention finding your markets, farmers markets, selling direct to restaurants, lots of things to consider. So now you have considered all those, you've got to find a little piece of land. And that's the key to your success, is it can't be something that's overwhelming financially. And that's where a lot of people make their mistake. So let me say, there's about 3 options where you can look at specifically. First, if you have the resources and the money, you can be very methodical in finding the right piece of land that has the right drainage, the right location, the right soil, everything you're looking for. And consider this, you want to be in an area where you're not so isolated that maybe you could start up a on-land store or a little front where you can sell direct to customers. And you're also not too far from a metropolitan area where you can get to a farmer's market. Things to consider. So that's first. Next, do you lease? If you lease a land, you may not want to be tied up in a lease that lasts too long. You don't want to be in a lease that's going to eat up every bit of profit that you make, and you have to be very careful. But keep in mind, you do not need a large piece of property. A half acre, quarter acre. Here at Whirlwind Family Farm, we're a little bit over an acre as far as the garden. There's other things that we do on the other part of this land, but the market garden does not take a lot of land. Consider whether it needs to be fenced, high fencing like I have to keep deer out. So leasing is an option, but you have to be careful on those leases and where they are and any restrictions in the area. And then last, you may be able to go to a family member who has a little piece of land, and you can go to them and work out a deal where maybe they can take some of your harvest for their family and work out a deal to be able to have that land for free. Or maybe they're just kind enough, they're going to let you get a start on that little piece of land. And I'll give you one other option, and I've heard of this actually work. As we all know, gardens or yards that people have are basically money drains. People put out good, nice yards, they water, they fertilize, and it's just aesthetics. You just look at it and it doesn't really do anything. I've seen neighborhoods where people will go together. Some will say, if you'll do the gardening, I'll give you my yard, the backyard, if that neighborhood allows it. There's HOAs, of course. Neighbors are on board with it. You can use part of your neighbor's property and yours to have a market garden. And I've seen that done successfully. But that's a situation that's by each individual. So looking at this as a whole, there's a lot of different ways to go to get your land. Of course, starting the garden is a whole nother matter. Getting all the tools that you need, getting the seeds, compost, list goes on and on. But the first thing you have to do is find that little piece of property or land, just like Whirlwind Family Farm. When we found it, we went to a real estate agent. I went around, looked at 2 different properties. Luckily, the second property I looked at had the soil, the structure, everything I was looking for to put a farm down, and it worked out perfectly. So be careful. That's a place you're going to be for a while, maybe the rest of your life. Of course, these market farms don't always have to be permanent. There's cases where people have started market farms multiple times in their life and moved on. And high tunnels can be moved. Certain types of high tunnels can be mobile. They're difficult to take up and move, but they can be. So all these things to consider. Best of luck in your search for that little piece of property where you can start your market garden now that you've made that decision. And that is a big decision. Thanks, blessings over your venture and what you're doing. Best of luck in growing from Whirlwind Family Farm. Take care And remember, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. It means a lot to our channel, and we can bring you more good content. Take care.